Okay, Robert, I'm going to make two videos. One just kind of a dry run so you can hear me fine, but I'll go through the starting sequence. So first thing to do is up here, you want to turn on your masters. There's 3 of them like that. You want to turn on your instruments. That fires that up. And then down here, there's a backup battery. So you want to have that on as well. That's feeding backup battery into that, because when we start this whole thing, it draws down quite a bit of power. So guys have found that if you put up a backup battery, it makes sure that this doesn't reset during the starting procedure. I know it's kind of tough to see here with the light here, but so you've got your rotor RPM here, and this is really important because you're going to be watching these numbers here. When we fire this engine up, we're going to basically, we don't want the engine to go beyond kind of 60 to 63%. Really important. If you spin it up too fast, you'll burn out the clutch, and you'll have to replace the clutch. Never happened to me, but I know other guys that have had it happen. So really important that you hold your hand on the throttle and are careful that this doesn't go beyond 63. You'll want to watch your fuel pressure, which is this fuel pressure high and then the low. Those are just things to watch out for, and you'll get used to what those numbers need to look like. And then what you do is so you flip these 3 on, you flip the instruments on, backup battery, and then you're going to flick this boost pump. So what this does, I don't know if you can hear that or not, it's starting to put fuel into like a reservoir in the engine, and giving it a little bit of pressure for that start fuel. I leave this on. You're gonna keep this on for until you shut down now, but we don't want to start until you run that boost pump for probably a couple minutes. And if it sits longer in your hangar, or you don't get around to it in a while, you probably want to have this on for even longer. There's no worries if it goes too long. It's not like it starts overflowing or anything like that, but you definitely want to leave that on for a couple minutes. So once that's running for a couple minutes and you're ready to go, just before you hit the starter, which is this green button here, you're going to want to flip this governor. There other people say, oh, you don't flip this governor on until the engine gets to 30%. Don't do that. I found that this sequence is the best. It will start every time. So what we do is we would flip that on, and then you come down here and you're going to hold the green button down, and you're going to hold this down until the engine gets to 50%. Once it's at 50%, then you're allowed to let go. On here, you have your throttle, and closed is in, and then open is like all the way that way. You're going to find that you want to crack it. If you don't have it cracked enough, it's going to have a hard time starting. So you want to find that sweet spot. I would say it's about 1/3. Okay, and then when you hit that starter button and hold it down, you're going to start watching that engine percent come up, and as soon as it gets to 50, you're going to want to roll it right off like that. And doesn't turn it off, but it's going to bring it to its idle point, and the idle point is in that sort of 55 to 60 range. So again, as soon as you start seeing this get close to 50, off on the green button, and then bring that right back so it doesn't run away on you. Because if it runs away past 65% really quickly, your clutch is bye-bye. Okay, and then once it's come up to its idle and you're off on the starter, now it's all about bringing up the rotor RPM. And this is critically important, right? So when you pull this rate off, it may come down to 60. You're going to find that the rotors won't engage until about 61, 62. So you're going to slowly crack this open, and you'll start seeing the rotor head move. Do not, again, bring the engine RPM beyond 63, 64 max, but 63 when you're bringing it back on. You're going to watch that rotor RPM climb up, and you do not put any more throttle on until it matches, 60, 63, 63, or very close to it. You want that matched and married up, and that will make more sense when you get helicopter training. But do not put more than 63, 64 until it's matched. If you do that again, you will burn out the clutch. And then once it's matched, you'll find that it's all completely engaged, the whole system. And then you just bring this up and you go all the way open, which it stops, and it'll be 100. It will be, I'll turn that boost pump off. The way that the Jetexec is designed is, in order to get 100% rotor RPM, you need 103% engine. So when you roll this throttle up, you'll notice that this will say 103, and then this will say 100. It's just how it's designed. It is what it is. I'm not sure. I guess during the design of the gearboxes, it couldn't get a quite perfect match, so we just put a little bit more RPM into the engine, and you get your 100% RPM. Also, just want to quickly mention that this is a chip light detector. So this is a testing circuit. I don't know if you can see that, but those are all lit up. And then what happens is, it will show you which chip light that belongs to. So that's it for now. So what I'll do is I'll do an actual live start and try to talk through the sequence as it goes on.